MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Chicago Cubs and the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Cubbies will try to complete the series sweep on the road against their division rivals right after this. Trevor Williams gets the start for Pittsburgh in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Throw to first is in time for the first down. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Well, Matty, the guy I'm here to see is Big Chris Bryant. Looking at the stats, man, I'm impressed. He's in the top 5 home runs in the National League coming in. When you're doing that, you're catching just about everyone's attention. Don't be surprised if he doesn't make something happen here today.
Digging in next will be Chris Bryant, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. And guys, as we take a look at the Pirates coming into this afternoon, they come in a bit of a rough patch. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Yeah, man, things haven't gone too well so far in this series, D-Row. They're looking to avoid the sweep here in this one.
Yeah, they got to get off in the early innings. It's going to be monumental if they can push a few runs across and give this pitcher a chance to relax.
And he'll squeeze this one for the second out.
The first baseman, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
And that'll bring Anthony Rizzo to the plate. Took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. Two out, nobody on. Oh my, this ball is crushed. Where will this one end up? And that one's wet. Bounced right into the Allegheny. A solo home run here for Anthony Rizzo. Number 18 for him on the campaign. And the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
What a way to get things started while playing on the road. Top of the first and a big fly. Just like that, they take the lead.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. The average sits at 286 here to start play. 5 homers and an even 20 RBIs. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. This one is smashed down the right field line. That's going to stay fair, and it's going to be back-to-back home runs. A solo home run here off the bat of Ian Happ. 6th home run on the season for him, as the Cubs are out in front now 2-0.
Well, it's very early, but he's looked out of sorts from the beginning. They've already roughed him up for 2 homers, and they're not done yet. We'll see if he can regroup or he blows up. Could go either way at this point.
So coming to the plate, Wilson Contreras, as we take a look at the splits between April and May.
Wilson Contreras.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Well, time to look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Dave Lawrence.
Dan, we got Dave Lawrence behind the dish tonight. One of the best in the business, in my opinion, but sometimes has a tendency to fall into a pattern where he's given a little bit too much on that outside corner.
Yeah, D-Road, one of the things he'll do, he'll open up that outside corner, especially with left-handed batters.
2-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-2 to the Cubs catcher. Smoke toward third. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. Throw on to Bell at first, and the side is retired. So 2 runs come across here, both coming via the solo home run. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. The Cubs lead this one 2-0. Yu Darvish gets the ball in game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last 3 starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
Stepping into the box, Kevin Newman. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Hey, not an easy thing to do, D-Row, to get a sweep, a 3-game sweep on the road. They've won the first 2, looking to put a bow on this one here.
Yeah, to win 3 on the road, Dan, significantly difficult in today's game. You try and take care of business at home. This would be huge for this team.
Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Now a moment here at PNC to take a look at the Pirates lineup card in this one. What's your take as they try to get back to their winning ways, D-Row?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get 1 run on the board and get back in this.
And that'll bring in Adam Frazier. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Two balls and a strike.
Hey, there's not a lot you can do with a slider breaking down and in unless you catch it way out front. I like the idea of taking it and making the pitcher bring you something a little more hittable.
A 3-1 count to the left fielder of the Bucks.
Good job to work the count and put himself back in the driver's seat. Started off with 1 strike, and now he's got the count in his favor, 3-1.
Swing and a miss much too early, and that makes it a full count. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. 1 out, nobody on. Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball 4.
He's going to be pretty upset with himself about that 3-2 pitch. All you want to do in that count is make a competitive pitch, but that one wasn't even sniffing the zone, and he let him get away.
Josh Bell the next to hit. Head-to-head numbers with Yu Darvish. He's 3 for 15. He's taken him deep once. First pitch coming. Here it is. Turned on down the line. But this is foul for the first strike. Frazier, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch fouled off. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. Right side. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, Dero, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. He'll check in here at 277. 5 homers and 22 RBIs. Grounded up the first baseline, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2.
Stone cold take right there. That fastball very well could have sent him packing back to the bench.
At the letters, but called high. It's a ball. Fouled away. Now another 2-2. Strike 3 called, and now he's 1 out away from getting out of this.
It's never a good look to strike out looking, but it's way worse when you do it with a guy in scoring position. Those are the times you really want to see a guy battle and at least put the ball in play.
At the plate, Colin Moran. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250. 3 homers and 14 driven in. And it's 2-0 now to Colin Moran.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. Throw on to first is in time, and that snuffs out the Bucco rally as the inning is over. Pirates strand a couple. They're still down. It's 2-0. All set for the start of the inning, and digging in is the outfielder, Jason Hayward.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
On a swing, and he popped him up off to the left in foul territory. Williams is there. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Take a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates defensive lineup. And let's take a look at outfielder Gregory Polanco. Can play all spots in the outfield from center to both corners with a cannon arm and the ability to go in the gap.
In now, Steven Souza. Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A solo home run there for Steven Souza. 7 home runs for him on the year now, and the Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead.
Man, this has been a rough one for this guy so far. That's the 3rd homer he's allowed today. He better start keeping the ball down in the strike zone, or that total might continue to rise.
Stepping in now, David Bodie. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
Sure does, and it's always difficult to sweep and win a series on the road, especially when you're playing a division opponent.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The Cubs will, however, have to beat their opposition's best as they've got to go up against their ace in this one.
This one isn't in the books yet, but when you're going for the sweep and you have a nice lead like they do early on here, things are looking awfully good for the sweep department.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
That's a pretty good pitch right there. That fastball on the inner half of the plate. You can see that he just isn't able to get those arms extended, and pretty ugly swing right there.
Into the box, Yu Darvish. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. And it's fouled away. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. This one's down to third. Oh, a diving effort as it's off his glove. And they will still manage to get him at first. A spectacular all-around play, and the inning is over. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's 3-0 Chicago. Last half of the second set to go. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Kevin Kramer.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
1-0 the count. Now the pitch. Now a check swing on the pitch inside, but he definitely broke the plane, and that's the first strike. Swing and a miss on the cut fastball. 1-2. Now here's the pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Baez has it. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. Fortunately, the catcher's there to back things up.
Batting seven.
Everything looked routine until the throw. He just rocketed that thing directly over the first baseman's head. I mean, he's a pretty good athlete, but he had absolutely no chance to come down with that one.
So it's a runner at first as a result of the throwing error. And standing in the outfielder, Jason Martin. First pitch of the at-bat. The 0-1.
Nope. Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one. Somehow he's just got to find that feel, because that's a pitch he's going to need going forward.
2-2. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. Down the third baseline. Bryant's got it. Throw just in time, and oh, that was awfully close.
Batting eight.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is, in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Here's the catcher, Luke Maile, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Just a tick behind for a strike. Two and one.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
Popped him up. Baez has a play. And he makes the catch for the second out.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well executed pitch there.
Digging in, Trevor Williams, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Darvish pauses. Here's the delivery. The cutter runs outside, ball 1.
One pitch shy of 40 for him right now, and he's not even out of the second inning of work. He's definitely not being as efficient on the mound as he'd like.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. 2-0 now. Outside, 3-0 now.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
He likely had ball 4 that time, but couldn't hold back on the swing, so that moves the count to 3-2 now. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Pirates leave 1. They trail it here 3-0. Top of the 3rd set to get underway, and that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Javier Baez. Here comes the first pitch. Sinker on the inside, and that's a strike. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled off. The next 0-2. Popped high in the air. And he'll put this one away for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Chris Bryant.
So the base is empty here with 1 away, and that'll bring up Chris Bryant. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Strike called. Tough to do much with that one. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. The 1-2.
Oh, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Not a time to fool around right now on a 3-2 count with the middle part of the order coming up. Expect a good pitch to swing at.
1 out, nobody on. And that's low, ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
So 1 gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And that brings in Anthony Rizzo. He's set. Here it comes. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. 1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. And ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
Great job on those last 2 pitches of varying speeds. Gave him a hard fastball, and then he locked him up with a changeup.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Rizzo. And he held up in time, but it's strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
You know, I'm not quite sure how that strikeout will be scored, looking or swinging. He tried to check his swing, but I'm pretty sure the home plate umpire was ringing him up regardless.
So now to the plate, Ian Happ. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. A 1 pitch on its way. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes.
Count is 1-2.
Oh, forget about this one. Baba Booey. And it's gone. Well, they've got the elevate and celebrate thing working in this one, guys. That was their 4th big fly of the game.
Yeah, Matty B. Hey, you know what, D-Row? This is a pretty good pitcher's ballpark, PNC, in Pittsburgh.
Now, what an impressive hitting performance by that lineup. This park, it definitely caters to the left-handed hitter. With that wall in right field, you feel like you can book one into the Allegheny. Not the same for a right-handed hitter. Big left center gap, and center field plays deep.
Contreras in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Hit out towards second. Newman's got it. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. It's the Cubs 5 and the Pirates 0. Striding in once again, Kevin Newman, and his guys have quite a hill to climb. Down 5-zip here in the early going.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
Fielded cleanly, throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, Adam Frazier.
So here's Adam Frazier. 9 at-bats for him in the series so far, and he's collected a pair of hits.
1-0.
And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. The pitch. Fouled away. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he got him.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Tough one to call there, but it's ruled just above the zone. A base hit in his first trip. Hit back up the middle. Baez ranging to his right. And the off-balance throw gets him as he takes away a hit, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Pirates. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Start of the 4th upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney is standing by with a report.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He cited their low chase rate, or percentage of swings that are on pitches outside of the strike zone, as one reason for their success so far in this game. That number is under 20% right now. So up and down the lineup, they're doing a great job of picking on pitches they're more likely to do damage with.
Leading off with the Cubs,
Thank you, Heidi.
the right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. A Ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So a good job to get the out there, but with 5 runs already surrendered, that's not going to do any favors to the team ERA so far this season. And as you see there, they find themselves 2 from the bottom, 13th place in the National League. So 1 away here in the Chicago 4th, and that'll bring up the outfielder Steven Souza Jr.
The last at bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
The windup and the 0-1. Ball 1. Two and 1 now to Steven Souza.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
Looked like he got fooled on the speed there. 2 and 2. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3 and 2. Short, hit hard. Oh, terrible bounce, and it goes right by him.
Yeah, and you can take a look at his numbers here. With that 1-out single, he's flirting with a little trouble here again. You'd like to see him find a way to get out of this inning and battle for another inning or so, but you also don't want him to give up a big number.
Here's a slider that's inside. 1-0. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Here it comes, 1-0. A couple of lefties start to get loose now in the bullpen. He ties him up with a fastball inside. 1 and 2.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
Here's the 1 and 2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. Now a half swing, but it's strike 3 anyway, says the home plate umpire, and that's out number 2. So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and the pitcher bats next. That'll be Yu Darvish. From the belt, the pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Got him out on his front foot. It's 0-2. Line toward the alley in left center. Martin will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for the Cubs as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Here's Gregory Polanco, 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though. You'll have a few ABs where you get completely fooled. Look for him to be on the attack early in this at-bat.
No balls and 1 strike. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
You hear that phrase, climb the ladder, all the time, and that's pretty much what he did right there. When you change the hitter's eye level with each pitch in that at-bat, it becomes very hard for him to adjust and put the bat on the ball. He made that strikeout look real easy.
And this one's down off the shoe tops, 1-0. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
At the plate now, Kevin Kramer, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Oh, he breaks off a beauty there. 0-2 now.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there. Slapped hard the opposite way. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Pirates. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. Robbie Erlin, the lefty standing 6 foot even, takes over the pitching duties here.
Number 72.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Javier Baez. The pitch. Hard hit towards center. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
The batter, the third baseman, Chris Bryant.
So 1 away here with the bases empty. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant. First pitch on its way. Erlin has proven to be a guy that throws strikes coming out of the pen and doesn't walk a lot of batters.
Boyd, every manager and pitching coach, Matty V, they love to bring a guy in that they know one thing. He's going to throw strikes and not beat himself, and this guy is certainly not afraid to attack the strike zone.
Hot shot down the line, but this will get foul. 2-1. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3.
Name of the game out on the mound is to disrupt timing of the hitters in the box. He's certainly got this guy on the defensive.
Bryant to the opposite field. Back goes Polanco to the track. Gone! Chris Bryant leaves the yard with a solo shot. Number 17 for him on the season. As they pile on, it's now 6-0. Anthony Rizzo stands in now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. The 1-0 to right field and absolutely hammered. Forget about making a play on that ball. It's way out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. His second of the game as this lead swells to 7-0. Guys, you believe what we're seeing here today? With 6 home runs so far, this lineup is turning in a performance for the ages at the plate.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, you know what, D-Row? This is a pretty good pitcher's ballpark, PNC, in Pittsburgh.
What an impressive hitting performance by that lineup. This park, it definitely caters to the left-handed hitter. With that wall in right field, you feel like you can book one into the Allegheny. Not the same for a right-handed hitter. Big left center gap, and center field plays deep.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count. The 1-1 home. Popped him up. Moran is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
So digging in now, Wilson Contreras. He's rolled into groundouts a couple of times already here in the ballgame. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. And looked like ball 2 below the knees, but it's ruled a strike, and that evens the count at 1-1. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
1-2.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end. So they get a couple of runs on 2 hits, no errors, and no one left aboard. Home half of the 5th coming up. Cubs lead it 7-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked with Pittsburgh's manager during the inning break about the Pirates' offensive production to this point. And he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. All the way up and down the lineup, he said he's seeing swings break down and result in soft contact. He said some of that is pitch selection, some of it is poor swing mechanics, and some of it is a lack of focus. But either way, the message down here is that they need to find ways to make adjustments in the box, guys.
Leading up.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
The center fielder, Jason Martin.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Late that time for a strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number 1. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
At the plate, Luke Maile. Swing and a liner. Foul. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
Down 0-2.
1 out, nobody on. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
Brian Reynolds will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. And that misses for ball 1. Will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Count even now at 1-1. Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
Man, he's in control of all his weapons right here. 1 strike away from 5 shutout innings.
And Reynolds has himself a base hit. So a great job on a 1-2 pitch to keep the inning alive.
Now batting.
So striding forward now, Kevin Newman. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. 1 ball, no strikes to count. 2 out with the man at first. And ooh, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside. 1-1. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. Darvish pauses. Here it comes. And he chased one there as this is bounced to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1 left for Pittsburgh. They need to get something cooking here. It's 7-0. Blake Cederlin gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Jason Hayward. First pitch on its way. Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first. Newman will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
First delivery to him on the way. Hit down the third base line. The 0-1.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
7 runs, an equal number of hits, 1 error for the Cubs to this point. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. Now here's the pitch.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
The 2-2. Hard on the ground towards short. And that's the 2nd out.
The batter, number 13, second base,
So striding in, David Bodie. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball in there for a called strike. 2 out, nobody on. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. And the pitch. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Drilled down the line, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Now the payoff pitch home. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. And take a good look there as this misses for ball 4, and the Cubs have themselves a 2-out base runner.
the pitcher, number 11, Darvish.
Stepping up to the plate, Darvish. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
First pitch fastball in on the fists for ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Fastball at 94 miles an hour, and it's 1-1. Has a look, now the pitch.
Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball 3.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. Now here's a check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing, so that's ball 4.
The batter, number 9, shortstop.
Oh, man, that check swing was about as close as they get. Tough call for the umpire, but it goes the batter's way this time, and he draws the walk.
Here's Javier Baez. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
Lifted in the air to shallow center field. And that's going to fall for a base hit. Long throw to third. The tag, and he is out at third. And with that, the side is retired. Only 1 in the inning for the Cubs. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. The Cubbies are in front 8-0. Into the box, Adam Frazier. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. In there at the knees, 0-2 now. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Tries to go the other way as this is in the air to left field. Souza comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
The first baseman, number 55, Josh Bell.
So that'll bring up Josh Bell. He was a ground out victim last time up. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Line to the right side. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Boy, Dero, it's about time they got something brewing here. First pitch single, and maybe now they can start to get some traffic on the bases.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. Ambush tactics, not always the play. You want to drive that pitch count up and get into that bullpen, but sometimes desperate times call for desperate measures.
Out in front of it, strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however, and he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out. Oh, and he takes his eye off it here, and it goes right past him.
Now batting.
Into the box now, Colin Moran. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. 0-1 the count. Darvish pauses. Here's his offering.
That's out.
Tough spot to hit here as a hitter. You have a base open, so you have to almost be trying to think like the pitcher. Is he going to try to pitch around me, or is he going to come in the strike zone?
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Cutter, and it doesn't make it back. 3-2.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on 3-2 because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open, it's not the end of the world if you do. You still need to make a quality pitch.
Full count. Here it comes. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. Bell rounds the corner and is headed home. The tag, and he's in there. And the gap shortens, but still plenty of work to do. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Everything done right, Dan, on both sides, the defensive side and the offensive.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him. He's set and the pitch. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. Stepping in and ready for another shot. Luke may